Hi, so today I wanted to make a video. Obviously, I'm in a different location than in my room. Hopefully that's okay. I'm in my car right now, so I think you can see some trees in the background that look really pretty. But I'm filming here just because I had a video idea just come to mind, and I really just wanted to share it for anyone else that is going through this time right now. So today I wanted to talk about healing. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is one, because I feel really passionate about this topic, but also because I'm in a place where I've just kind of been reflecting on healing and those times where you feel like you don't know how to heal from things that you have been through. And I'm trying to remind myself how I've gotten to this place in my life and also the healing that I have seen occur in my life previously. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone else is going through this time right now, but I know that it's felt pretty prevalent in my life. So, yeah, hopefully this video can be helpful to you. So, the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to healing is, and again, I feel like I talk about this quite a bit in my videos, but it is just so incredibly profound. And that is how, when I am in this place in my life where I feel like I need to push myself or I need to try harder, or I feel like I'm struggling to do things, that God is the one that invites me to rest. God is the one that invites us into a place of rest, into a place of His rest. So I just want to remind that to anyone, and I just want to also take that in myself, that in these moments right now, maybe you're struggling to do things, and perhaps you feel this weight of pressure right now, or perhaps you feel frustrated or discouraged or sad because you are struggling to do certain things right now. I just want to remind you that wherever you are in your life is okay. I know it probably doesn't feel okay, but wherever you are in your life is okay. And I want to remind you that in this place that you are in your life, that you can rest. So often, if you're like me, we can wish we're in different places in our lives, or we can spend so much energy trying to make ourselves better or trying to heal, where it's like we spend all that effort, all that energy on that in our life right now, when we have this time where we can just heal, where we can just rest. But sometimes it's that very effort and that very energy and that very just constantly feeling like we need to be in a different place in our lives, or that's not okay, that can just really rob us of the peace that we could feel even right now, and that where you are in your life, you don't have to feel bad about, you don't have to feel discouraged, you don't have to compare where you are to other people in your life. And I know that's hard, and I know that's easier said than done. But if you are in the place that I am in my life, where you tend to do that, I want you to just be reminded that right now in this time in your life, especially after you have been through things that have affected you, that you can rest. And I want to encourage you to rest, not just emotionally and mentally and spiritually, but physically too. So I want to get into this topic a little bit more, but I'm trying to hurry because I do have a class soon. But the first thing that really came to mind as I was thinking about this topic, and I was just thinking about how I was feeling, is God's presence. That when I don't know what to do, when I don't know how to move forward in my life, to spend time in Jesus' presence, to spend time in His presence where our rest comes from, to spend time in His presence where He can remind us of what is the truth, and He can lead us and guide us in the situations we may be going through in our lives, and can renew our strength in the way that only He can. And so maybe right now you're in a place in your life where you feel a sense of fear, or you feel like you've done something wrong, or you have had things happen to you in your life, and maybe you feel afraid to come to Jesus. But I just want to remind you that you can come to Him. And I want to remind myself to come to Him too, because I know that through the natural world and what I can see in my own circumstances and me struggling to heal, that He's the only one that can really bring healing to me. He's the only person. See, the Lord is the only person that knows everything we have been through in our life, every detail of our life, every pain, every hurt that we hide away, or that is contained in our hearts. And I want you to understand that the Lord sees your pain. And it doesn't mean He's absent from it. It doesn't mean that He is ignoring it. I want you to know that. I want you to know that the Lord is the person that is reminding you that He sees your pain. To come to Him, be met in His love for you. The power of His love that brings restoration, that can just be life-changing, that can heal our broken hearts. And I want you to just be reminded of that He loves you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you feel like you have no one right now, if you don't know what to do, if things feel just completely broken. But I hope that if you are feeling like that you would just know that you have a friend in Jesus, an ever-present friend that will be faithful all your life, who are promised will never leave us nor forsake us, who is with us in everything we are going through and calls us close to Him. In His presence, there is peace, because He is our peace. Our peace comes from Him. It's who He is. In His presence, there is healing. There is healing in His love. In His presence, there is freedom. And I don't know what you're going through, but I just invite you to sink into His love, and to run to the Lord, that you can release, you can let go of the things you may be trying to do in your life, the things that you may have been trying to figure out, the things you may have been trying to heal. If you think about someone that just wants to embrace you, just wants to remind you that everything's okay, that is the Lord, only so much greater, because His love is infinitely greater than any love any human could have. But the Lord also knows everything we need, and on top of that, the Lord, He's the one that can actually do things in our situations, bring healing to our hearts and our lives and our minds. But I want you to think of the Lord in that way, that He is waiting for you in the midst of the things that you may be trying to do in your life, and the things that you feel like are never going to heal. And for us just to fall into His presence, for us just to come to the Lord, and that we would experience that rest that only He can bring. That there is space to let go of all the things that have been hurting you, even if you think you don't deserve to. That there's space to give all that to Him, to release it to Him, for Him to lead you and guide you in those things in your life. That there's space for all the pressures and expectations that we hold ourselves up to just fall to the ground. Like I say in a lot of my videos, that you would just come to God just as you are. And that we'd be reminded of that His love is waiting for us. That in the stillness of His presence, there is healing. There is a love and peace and restoration. And for us just to believe that, even if we can't see it, even if we may not feel it, that God is moving and God is working in our lives. And I hope this video would be an encouragement to you to not go to the things that may be hurting you. I don't know what it might be in your life, but the things that have hurt you, I hope this video would be an encouragement not to go to those things, especially if you're at the point where I am, where you realize how much that has affected you and you're struggling, and maybe there's some guilt that comes up. I hope you would just be reminded not to go back to the things that are hurting you, but to spend time with the Lord, to spend time in His presence. The one who wants to restore you, the one who wants to build you up and encourage you in His love, the one that wants to lead you and guide you, and that you would just talk to Him openly, that you would just talk to Him, that you would know that you can tell the Lord anything that you're feeling, anything you're going through, that if you feel like you have no one to talk to, no one who understands, if you're desperate for healing, that you would just lay all your cares before Him, that you would just know that you can get it all out with Him, and that there is a love waiting on the other side. So I hope this video can serve as just a reminder for anyone, as I'm also trying to remind myself of these things. But when I started thinking about healing, I was just thinking, how do I heal from everything? Like, I was doing better and now I don't know. I just want you to be reminded of His presence. And in His presence, there are wondrous things that happen. So, yeah, and I started thinking about the topic of healing, and His presence was just the first word that came to mind, and just how healing His presence is. When we are in His love, when we are reminded that any expectations and pressures we put on ourselves, they can just be let go of. You can let go of them. I hope you know that, because I know how hard it is to do so. But I want you to know, no matter what season you're in, no matter what you're struggling with, that those pressures, those expectations that you may have learned to hold up to yourself or tried to live up to, I want you to be reminded that they can fall to the ground, that in His presence we have all the love, all the approval we could ever want. That you are loved infinitely more than you can even imagine. And I hope that you can just take that in and be reminded of that. And that when you sit with the Lord, that you would just be able to feel His love for you. And that love would renew your heart in His infinite strength, in His peace that surpasses all understanding. And that it would just bring the healing that you need in your life. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a good day, and God bless you.